She's like pink gold.
You don't need to ask the government.
Stay cool. This is a THORnews presentation. Hey, if you don't shut up, I shall fireball your face. THORnews presents. Like a fireball, you just don't stop, like a big balloon waiting to pop. Okay, alright. This first half of the video is being recorded January 22nd, 2015. The second half of the video was recorded December 22nd, 2014, the day I met suspicious observers at his mobile observatory hangout. Now I've had a dream for a long time. I grew up at a very young age teaching myself filmmaking. I started using my dad's 8mm camera when I was 8. I checked out a screenwriting book from the library when I was 13. And I've been trying to figure out filmmaking since then. I have a very powerful imagination, and I can easily visualize almost anything. And so, when I had an idea to kind of really put the Astonishers together, I thought the perfect group would be me, the Elvis of the truth community, DutchSinse, the new Justin Timberlake of the truth community, Suspicious Observers, aka Ben Davidson, aka Reed Richards, Dahboo7, Captain America, and BP Earthwatch. I am positive that if you put us together for 3 or 4 days in almost a hangout, vacation-like setting, that when it was all said and done, if we videotaped everything 24/7, I would have at minimum an hour video that would be awesome. If I'm lucky, 2 hours. Now, I floated this idea, and for the most part, people have been supportive. But I know a lot of people have problems with BP. Or technically Dahboo or me or Dutch. Or suspicious observers. And one of the main points of the whole thing would be We don't have to agree, man. 'Cause honestly, if the truth community can't come together for a common goal, and I'm pretty sure we all agree that our country is headed in the wrong direction. I think most of us agree something is happening. I think most of us agree they're not telling us what it is. And so I put together 5 very diverse personalities. Dutch is super strong on earthquakes and weather. Suspicious Observers is the scientist among us. Kid's a genius. Dahboo covers the Cold War, the currency war, government movements, government spying, as well as anyone I know. And BP's kind of the storyteller around the campfire. Personally, I think BP's done a lot of good work on the weather. And last night he posted a video about Russia and quantitative easing. And to be honest, Dahboo rarely touches on it. I don't think I've ever heard Suspicious Observers or Dutch talk about quantitative easing in their main videos. And then there's me. I'm just like the shaman and the healer. As I've said before, that if I could get Dutch and Suspicious Observers to give up their blood feud, which I believe does divide this community, that alone would make the whole project worthwhile. And that if I could get DutchSinse and Suspicious Observers to rebuild the bridge, then I deserve to choose my 5 slot, which would be BP. And I think after the initial first hangout was over, we would all emerge from it better video makers and better truth tellers and better truth communicators. My overall project vision would be the initial hangout, which would lead to a 5 to 10 city tour during the year, and it would culminate in a large truth summit at the end of the year, and from that I could make a full-fledged, amazing documentary that was funny, interesting, fascinating, and filled with truths and wonders. This is a large community. There's a lot of good stories out there. A lot of good people have some really good tales to tell. This could be huge and amazing. This could be exactly what a documentary is meant to be. I see it, but it'll take a team, man. It'll take the whole team. Each one of us has our strengths and our weaknesses. None of us are perfect, and I sure as heck don't want a group of 5 people who all pretty much agree on everything. That would be boring and turn people off. And we also don't want to be so cold and scientific that we're boring and turn people off. If you got a better idea, I'd like to hear it. We could discuss my 100-year Earth truce. And if we all agree, maybe we could push it. Most people in the truth community are aware of the situation we're dealing in. What I wanted to do was take these 4 guys who are all very serious and still discuss some very serious topics, all the topics we all cover, but do it in a lighter, more accessible mood. Because we don't need to wake up the people who are already awake. We need to gap the bridge between us and those people either have their head in the sand, they're asleep, they're too busy. And so that was the whole purpose. You know? A, I thought I'd be a blast. B, I thought I'd have a great film at the end of it. C, I thought having Dutch and Suspicious Observers come together would be a giant step for the truth community and show that we're not American Idol. That this is a big stage, that we are a big group and we're a big community. And that then, so my initial plan was to have them all come to Austin, Texas for 2 days. We would hang out, I'd videotape everything. We would do one live stream broadcast from Austin. One of the nights, we would go out on 6th Street. I want to get some footage of us all dancing together. Most of the time, we'd just hang out in the hotel or house and talk. Maybe have some beers. And then we would drive to Fort Davis. Along the way, stopping at Crystal Caverns, which are underground rainbow crystalline caverns. Then we'd head out to the observatory in Fort Davis, which is one of the best places to watch the stars in America. We could have a Starwater star party, and then we would do another live stream broadcast from Fort Davis. So, the initial meeting, there would be no live audience members. It would just be us, but we would do 2 live broadcasts. And I saw it as a win-win-win-win for everybody. I mean, like, let's say you don't like Barack Obama, okay? So, like, let's say it's me, Suspicious Observers Dahboo, and Brock's like, hey, I want to come. But everybody doesn't like Barack, okay? Wouldn't you like to see me, Dahboo, Dutch, and Suspicious Observers in a conversation with him, being able to ask him questions? You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess, a lot of people are like, no. I only want you to either do what you're already doing, or if you are going to try and do something like this, only do it with the people I want. I want to remind you, I'm not Burger King, man. And that overall, I know what I'm doing. I've done everything I can in my 2 years to operate with integrity, to not worry about money or views at all, and to just be a superhero. So I think after all the work I've done and everything I've put in, the only thing I've really asked now is, hey, cut me a little slack. Trust me. This meeting could be a very good thing. Then so the plan was, if that went great, over the course of the year, hopefully we could do a 5 to 10 city tour. We would come to your town, hang out with you, field questions, and then of course make stops along the way. Like Area 51, Colorado, stuff like that. And then during that trip, we could visit a lot of other people in the truth community. Enter the Stars, Grox 1. I know a lot of people are like, you need to include this person, or you need to include this person. And I intend to. But the initial meeting, I think, has to start small. It has to start with a group I think would work well together. And then, on the 5 to 10 city tour, we can go visit other people. They can show up along the tour at our stops. We can pick them up on the bus. And if Suspicious Observers doesn't want to use his bus, I got a buddy who's got the exact same freaking bus. He's already offered to help with this project in every way possible. And then, at the end of the year, we would have a giant truth summit. That is actually Scientific Lee's idea, but it's a great one. And the overall message is, we gotta work together. We have to stop letting the things and what we disagree about stop us from working together. If the truth community can't get along, there's no hope, really. Shit's happening so fast. So I thought I'd put this out there. Another reason I'm making this video is talk to Dahboo. He's pretty much in. He has time constraints, but don't we all? Talk to Suspicious Observers. He's pretty much in. Same deal with Dahboo. His wife is 6 months pregnant, so he's got some time issues and some scheduling issues, but we can work around those. I've sent Dutch a long letter and tweeted him. I've left a message on his YouTube. I haven't heard anything back from Dutch. At all. Not a peep. And I've tried to talk to other people, figure out the best way to talk to Dutch, and the overriding feedback I've gotten is that other people have tried this. Now I have a hard time believing that. Man, I've formed 2.5 bands. Seems like the same thing that's always a problem with bands. It's the ego. Well, gentlemen, we're really late in the game. Shit is fucked up fast. People need heroes. People need inspiration. People need the truth. This could be a great thing in every way. I don't see any negatives involved. And overall, all they gotta do is come to Texas and have a super hangout for 3 or 4 days. Everything paid for, taken care of. They just gotta be themselves and be cool. Not talk over each other. That's all I ask. And I'm willing to do all the work. Putting it all together, logistics, raising the money, 300 hours of editing, you know? But I gotta hear from Dutch. 'Cause I haven't even officially extended the invitation to BP yet, because I thought Dutch and Suspicious Observers would have problems losing credibility in their followers' eyes by having BP included. And XO was cool about the whole thing, man. He's a cool dude. You may not like him, but I do. Like I said, I like everybody, man. Anyway, so I know now that I'm at the video making point, I'm almost giving up. So this is my last shot, my last attempt to at least even start a dialogue or to get an answer from Dutch. Man, I've already put a lot of work into putting this thing together. And at the very least, I just want an answer. And you know, Dutch, Dahboo, and Suspicious Observers were the 3 guys who really inspired me to start my channel. And talking to Suspicious Observers, he has great amount of respect for everything Dutch has done. I'm pretty sure Dahboo feels the same. We all agree that Dutch was pretty much the foundation of the truth community. So for lack of a better term, we're his Padawans, man. It would break my heart if he has no interest in working with us. Sure. My heart breaks all the fucking time. And always heals back. Anyway, up next is I'm gonna put the second part of the audio I did a month ago when I was excited and happy. Alright? God bless everybody. If somehow you think that my idea is horrible and this makes me a bad guy, that's cool, man. I don't care. Think what you want to think. 'Cause why would you be in this? Money sucks shit. You get a whole lot of negatives that come along with having a YouTube channel where you try and speak the truth. I've got hackers galore. I'm on my fourth computer. It gives me nothing but trouble at work. Get trolled like crazy, death threats. Not even gonna go down the list. Large agencies that had visited me in public. 'Cause you wouldn't believe me. But it makes me sad to watch everything go to shit. And we are the prime example. I can't think of a single negative that could come from this. Other than one cruise missile could take out all 5 of us. You know? And then that would be a huge loss for the truth community. There's the one negative. Yes, they'd have us all together in one spot to assassinate us. Other than that, and I'm willing to take that chance. You know, I can't think of anything else. You know, all I know is I guarantee you I could make something awesome out of it. I think I've proven that I'm pretty good at making presentations that are enjoyable, entertaining, informational, and ask a lot of questions. And I know that the conversation that Suspicious Observers and I had was a really cool thing, man. I enjoyed it severely. It's very rare I get to talk to people who share a lot of the same common interests I do. And I usually surround myself with people who disagree. 'Cause that's how you get smarter, that's how you get better. You know? Science is a hive mind. They all agree on everything science says. You know, they're like religion in that way. Everybody believes the same thing in science. That's not how I want it, you know? That really creeps me out. So I don't want to see that in the truth community. Anyway, God bless everybody. Say a prayer. And do me a favor. Since Dutch ain't talking to me, ask him for me, will you? And I'll tell you what, we're not here to sabotage Dutch. I'm not here to sabotage BP. I'm not gonna make anybody look bad in the video, in the documentary. To me, this is like the first Astonishers meeting, which is kind of like a truth community version of the Avengers. And I really think it could be great. And I would appreciate any help you can offer. Anyway, I've already said too much. God bless everybody. Let me know what you think. Wouldn't that be nice? Hit the button, baby. I have a dream. I had a dream for a while, really. One of the things on my wish list is to have a panel, a talk with me, THORnews, DutchSinse Suspicious0bservers Dahboo7, and BP Earthwatch. Now, the only thing I can guarantee is if you put this panel together, the 2 to 3 hours would be entertaining, educational, and informative. Now, some of you may not like one or more people on this panel, and that's okay, man. You know, one of my things is I don't hate anybody. It's just who I am. I do my best to like everybody. Now I admit, there are people in the world I don't like, but I don't hate anybody. And I like all the guys I named. Now am I saying that Suspicious observers science is the same as BP Earthwatch science? No, man. By all means, no. You know, like, I know that there's a rift between DutchSinse and SO over what I come to understand is the semantical definition of harp and harp rings. But you know, I really think this community has to stick together and that we don't have to. You know, yesterday I went out to the mobile observatory and I met Ben Davidson, Mr. Suspicious Observers, and I had a wonderful time. You know, one of the things that makes me sad is that most of the people I know in real life don't watch my channel. Now, that's not what makes me sad. What makes me sad is the fact that I can almost never, ever in real life have a conversation face to face with somebody who's interested in all the things I am, you know? And that sort of talk with Ben and a bunch of other wonderful people about these subjects, man, it felt good. You know, I learned a lot from a lot of people there. I learned a lot from suspicious observers, and like I said, the other people that were there, they all had, you know, very interesting things to say, and I learned quite a bit. I really did. Like, everybody in the world has some good pieces of information if they choose to share it. So one of the biggest drags about having a YouTube channel is that a lot of people like to hate people. I don't like that guy. I hate that guy. And so if I like somebody, you know, I can't tell you how many times somebody's been like, oh, that guy's a liar, so you're a liar too. That guy's a piece of shit, so you're a piece of shit too. There's one guy who's like, I hate that guy, so I hate you too, and you deserve to be tied to my tree and burned alive. And it's like, are you serious, The world wasn't always like this. You know, back before 9/11, it was okay to have a different opinion. And I think at a time where science and government are pretty much totally unified with a hive mind, we the people need to stick together and explain to people, hey, we don't have to agree on everything. It's okay to disagree, you know? And in all honesty, DutchSinse Suspicious Observers and Dahboo7 were the three guys who inspired me to start my channel. And, you know, I haven't liked and agreed with 100% of the stuff Dahboo says. I haven't liked and agreed with 100% of the stuff Dutch says. I haven't liked and agreed with 100% of the stuff SO says. But overall, I respect them. And I believe their heart's in the right place. And they're helping to awaken people and increase awareness. As suspicious observers mentioned, like, you know, a lot of people on YouTube are helping to wake people up. And that once you've awoken, your learning process begins. And I say ultimately, we're here to help you. You know, we can't get to where we want to go if you don't start doing a lot of your own due diligence and research yourself. You know, like, I don't think we're here to tell you everything and tell you how to think. We're here to help people wake up to what the hell's going on in the world. 'Cause we need help too. And trust me, I know a lot of people have a problem with BP Earthwatch. And hey, this would give him a chance, you know, to say his 2 cents amongst the group. And B, you know, people don't recognize BP has a high entertainment value. But so, no matter what, sometime in the year 2015, I would really enjoy it if me, Suspicious Observers, Dahboo7, DutchSinse, and BP got together in the same place, in person. None of this fucking Skype and shit. You know what I'm saying? In person. None of this Skyping or Google Hangouting stuff. I think there's an electricity comes along with people being able to be in the same room, break bread, shake hands, hug, you know. I don't do this to be popular. I do this to be good. There's a huge difference. I'm trying to make the best videos on YouTube. And that has nothing to do with popularity, man. You know what I'm saying? And I am deathly afraid of the future of our country and our world. I have nightmares regularly, and I have an imagination that shows me movies of possible futures all day, every day. So that's it. That's my Christmas wish. That's what I want for Christmas. That's what I want to happen in 2015. And I'd like to do it with the group I've named. And all I can guarantee you is that it would be entertaining, informational. And I guarantee you'd be interesting. And I guarantee you'd learn some stuff. Because we're all people, man. And, you know, kind of like the Avengers. I'm Thor. Suspicious Observers is Reed Richards. DutchSinse is Bruce Banner. Dahboo's Captain America. And BP would be Doctor Strange. Honestly, I don't ever trust anybody 100%. Really. I'm too old, man. I've been beaten up too many times. I've been stabbed in the back too many times. Just safer not to trust people, man. But, you know, and we have to learn to put aside our disagreements and come together and agree that we all want there to be a future. We all want to stop our civilization from falling apart. And if you don't want that, what the fudge are you doing watching my channel? Man, you know, Ben said something to me. I ain't a quitter, and neither am I, man, you know? So we can't quit trying. That's my Christmas dream. Wouldn't that be nice? Hit the button, baby.